Pinball Wizard Productions presents The Sea Queen. I like this place, Dave. Not been here before. Have you not? This is a great place. It's hundreds of years old. It used to be an old tavern. It's a place where pirates used to hang out. Pirates? Wow, I love all that stuff. This place is haunted by a pirate. Is it? Have you ever heard of the pirate Jack Bowen? Jack Bowen? Yes, I have. What a life he had. Well, Jack Bowen haunts this place. He sits in that chair over there. He's seen quite often. Have you ever seen him? I have, a few times. He sits in that chair and sometimes gets up and walks off. Why does Jack Bowen haunt this place? I thought he died miles away from here on an island somewhere. That's right, he did. But this is where he came to talk with other pirates about the treasure of the Sea Queen. It would be his last adventure. He always said he'd come back. The treasure of the Sea Queen? Wow, that's legendary. Well, you probably know this, but the treasure was on an old wrecked ship called the Sea Queen. The pirates had to travel to Egypt first and set up a base camp. And that wasn't an easy trip in those days, especially a pirate ship pretending to be a merchant ship. The wreck of the Sea Queen was on an island in the Arabian Sea. It had come aground during a storm. All hands were lost. It was carrying a fortune in gold and silver bound for Spain, which had been looted from Egypt. Once the pirates were in Egypt, they had a lot of planning to do to get to the island, and then they had to find the Sea Queen and hope the treasure was still there. Jack Bowen and the other pirates had a few narrow escapes from government soldiers in Egypt who had been tipped off about pirates in the area, and two had been locked up. Whilst they were in Egypt, Jack Bowen, who was quite young at the time, fell in love and wanted to bring her back to England, but sadly it wasn't to be. Egypt was a fascinating place, so many wonderful things to see, but it was far too hot for the English pirates. The pirates were now ready to leave Egypt and set sail to the island to find the treasure that was on the Sea Queen. Once they were on the island, they soon came across the wreck of the Sea Queen, but there was no treasure on board. They looked to see if there was any hiding places nearby, hoping that one of the sailors managed to hide it before he died. After much searching, they came across a cave.
Hey Jack, we're rich!
The pirates left the island for Egypt so they could get supplies for their trip back to England.
We sail on tomorrow's high tide for Egypt.
But the pirate ship had only just left the island when it was attacked by government ships. Jack Bowen managed to swim back to the island, but all the others perished. For a while, Jack would go to the beach to see if any ships would come to the island, but nothing came apart from a small boat that would turn around and go back out to sea. Jack resigned himself to stay on the island, and over time a small town had developed. In his later years, he was often seen near his house, just sitting in a chair and drinking. Well, that's putting it mildly. He was always drunk as a skunk most of the time. What a great story! What a life he had! Let's drink to Jack Bowen. Hey Steve, look at the chair. He's here. Oh my God! Holy crap! Jack Bowen! He's gone. He turned to look at us. I think it just looked like he did. No, he did. I've got goosebumps. Well, I've never seen him come to the bar before. And anyway, he's gone now.
What do you want? I've been allowed back to ask you one question, and one question only.
This is a big responsibility. How did you narrow it down to one question?
It wasn't easy. I even spent a month in the hermit's cave, meditating.
I hope I can answer your question. I suppose it will be about Darwin, or man on the moon, space travel, or global warming. Okay, I'm ready for your question.
Have you got any beer?
Loads in the fridge. Night night.